guys, I'm sorry if a little bit noisy. It's hot over here in South Dakota, or wherever the hell I am. I bought these new mics. They ain't freaking working. Anyway, that's a different video. Look, I hope this video don't get me in trouble with certain people, because all of us in our niche are always afraid that we're going to be the next to be attacked. And generally it doesn't happen. People leave you alone for the most part. They say just stay out of live feeds. Don't do live feeds. Don't do informational videos. You won't be attacked. Hopefully we're at another attack standstill. It might last 6 minutes, 6 days, 6 months. Who knows? It's like World War III around YouTube half the time. And it's always the same people that are involved. And it all stems back to old things that most of us wasn't even here for. But it wasn't that terribly long ago. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again with the same results. I know for 3 years we have seen the definition of crazy play out. Was live feeds even possible for us smaller channels back then? I don't know. And everybody back then was smaller compared to now. Crazy. Toxic girlfriends. That's kind of what it's like, is toxic girlfriends. And it may not even be the girlfriend's toxicity. She may be fine, you may be fine, but together you make a spark that can burn down a neighborhood and send somebody to the hospital. Everybody involved in this, I was watching, they're throwing trolls out left and right, and I don't blame them. Especially some of them are horrifying. But these same people are the ones that have cultivated the troll, right? They've really cultivated the troll. I hope that everybody involved in this recent snafu can make it work. I think they're all sincere, but sincerity only goes so far if you're still taking jabs. I hear them say, oh, jabs is okay. I really think that somebody needs to impart to them that men don't jab at each other. It's a form of fighting on an underhanded level. And it always ends up hurting somebody's feelings and then re-escalating. Maybe if they would, that's the one thing in the last 3 years that they've all got in common, is they still take their jabs. I don't see a lasting peace coming out of it. But I do see more people being brought in. Every year somebody new is brought in. In any circle, it's only as strong as its weakest link. Right? You understand that, right? And if you have people that go between circles, that means their conversation should be private with each person that they're talking to, because they consider each person to be friends. People that record videos, they're not worth talking to. Some people that we think are innocent and maybe just weak links aren't innocent at all, because they have their agendas. I mean, everyone has their niche, and a little bit of jealousy goes on between some people, I believe. Also, everybody that participates in this stuff, I've realized they're all very talented. They have a lot of talent. Because I've watched their older stuff and I've been either taught something or given a fresh perspective or a fresh idea on how to do something. I think they all have value outside of their petty wars. I think they have a whole lot of value. Some of them, I don't believe, understand the value that they have. But they still keep them weak links around. People are at risk with this kind of drama. inspector was having nightmares. I'm worried to death Hensley's going to stroke out. And they could disconnect from it. But it's not that easy. Everybody does watch the train wrecks. And that's something else. I hear a lot of people say, I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for this. Sure you get paid for it. I mean, I get paid for what I do. So you get paid for what you do. You may not be taking cash up front, but you're still getting it from the backside. You're hoping you might get a product endorsement that pays for it, you know, something, or just your YouTube money or whatever. Live feeds, I feel like, has done a lot of this. It wouldn't hurt my feelings at all if YouTube took away the live feed function. I don't guess they will. Some people can actually have good live feeds, and it's okay. And Zillow, I can't say this enough. Men don't take jabs. Men don't take undercuts at anyone unless they're your enemy. You should jab at your enemy. You should test the waters. You should test their lines. And then you should destroy them. But play destroy is a dangerous game because you might think you're just playing. Somebody else takes it seriously. And we have these, I don't know who has made up the rules on YouTube. Oh, you can't involve family, you can't involve children. Those aren't rules. That's one person's rules. And that one person, whoever that person is, doesn't make the rules for YouTube. So other people will totally disregard that stuff. And they'll just go in slashing and burning left and right. And that's a valid way of doing things if you feel like someone's shooting bullets into your front yard. If your neighbor says, I'm going to kill you, should you ignore him or should you take him seriously? You know, you should follow the appropriate steps, you know, to protect yourself. And then if you still have threats coming your way, you're probably going to be the one that ends up in jail because you're going to go over there and kill your neighbor because you felt threatened. Threats can take many different avenues and get out of control. I wish I could see these guys do something, but I'm really worried that every 3 years it's the same crazy over and over again. I don't think they should play with each other. I think that they should find new playmates and just totally stay out of each other's heads. And then if the trolls come whispering, then that guy should be punched in the eye. Because a troublemaker in the Ramble browser. You can make a pact to stay apart. Stay apart, don't get involved with each other. Because everything that they do affects all of us in one way or another. We've all, not all of us, any of us that has chased endorsement deals has lost endorsement deals because of what goes on in the space. So, you know, I feel like all of them is taking money out of my pocket. So if you take money out of my pocket, it kind of upsets me. I look at them as wayward children, though, and going, well, they didn't mean it. I mean, it wasn't specific, but it does leave you with a little bit of, like, I don't know how to put it. You probably do. It leaves you feeling a bitter taste in your mouth toward it. But if you're going to play in this venue, I guess that's what you got to expect. We aren't necessarily all a bunch of nice guys, or very well mannered or learned or anything else. Although I have higher hopes for everybody involved in our venue to educate themselves and to try to be a better person every day. Because I know that it's there in all of them, all of us, to be better, to be more. You help your brother up. You always help your brother up. You don't throw good money after bad when you've learned that sometimes you can't help someone. But you always still help your brother up to help him go forward. I don't care if your brother's got boobs or whatever, right? Everybody's brother. Everybody has a chance to be a brother. You might become an enemy along the way, in which case you're not a brother anymore, you're just a dick. This stuff shouldn't matter to us in some ways, because if we're not in that culture that they are in, you are pretty much just blowed off. And that's okay. Just keep doing your thing, do your thing. That's hard to do when you actually do worry about some of these people. You do look at their situations or their children, and you think, you know, they got a nice little family there, and I'm proud of them, they're doing good. And then something happens and they melt down again. And you gotta go, I thought he learned from the last time. Damn. Over and over and over again. The definition of crazy. Toxic relationship.